Throughout the recent episodes, Taylor has been showing confusing and worrying symptoms. Although she always appears strong and doesn't want to bother everyone, the reality is that her health is seriously deteriorating. The small hints that the show has given have gradually portrayed more clearly a mysterious illness that is ravaging her, which not only worries fans, but also opens up the possibility of a major twist in Taylor's story. Taylor, with her strong nature and resilient personality, does not want anyone to know about her health condition. She tries to hide this for fear that her family and friends will worry, but hiding it can make the situation worse. The stress and pressure that Taylor is under can increase the risk of dangerous complications to her health. Is this a major turning point for Taylor when the disease can push her into a life-threatening situation? Lee, a famous doctor with talent and dedication, is about to make an important appearance in the plot. Rumors suggest that she may be the doctor who is treating Taylor. Lee, with her extensive knowledge and acumen in work, will soon discover Taylor's health problem and decide that there can be no more delays. If Lee is Taylor's doctor, this could open up a series of dramatic situations when Taylor will have to face the truth about her illness. When Ridge accidentally hears the conversation between Taylor and Lee, a wave of emotions will surge within him. Ridge has always been a man who protects the people he loves, especially Taylor. When he hears the news of her critical condition, this will definitely be a big shock to him. Ridge will not only have to face his worries about Taylor's health, but also the fact that she has hidden this from him and others. Ridge's emotions could be complicated as he feels both anxious and betrayed. This could create some dramatic tension, especially as Ridge begins to dig deeper into what Taylor has been through. This could cause a rift in their relationship, or even push Ridge into a confrontation with those closest to him. Taylor's condition is not only dangerous, but it could be life-threatening. Lee has warned that Taylor could die at any moment if she is surprised or experiences an outburst of anger, making her a very fragile situation where even a small trigger could lead to catastrophic consequences. This tension not only keeps fans on edge, but it also puts Taylor in an unpredictable situation. Taylor has to stay calm, but this is really difficult when everything around her is getting complicated. The fragility of Taylor's health creates a constant sense of anxiety and tension, with no one being able to predict when things will take a turn for the worse. Will she be able to pull through, or is this the end of her character? The biggest problem will probably come when Brooke comes to Taylor. Taylor knows that Brooke's presence always brings difficult situations and conflicts. The two women have long had a tense and conflicted relationship, and any confrontation between them could have unintended consequences. If Taylor doesn't keep her cool when facing Brooke, it could end in tragedy. The tension between Taylor and Brooke could explode at any moment. And in her current state, that could mean Taylor's life is in danger. Brooke has realized that Taylor is trying to strengthen her relationship with Ridge, and this makes her extremely angry. No longer patient or willing to give in, Brooke decided to confront Taylor directly. This meeting was not just a conversation, but a confrontation full of tension and threats. Brooke did not hesitate to use sharp words to ask Taylor to leave Ridge, and in that moment the conflict between the two women reached its peak. During the heated argument, Brooke's anger exceeded the limit of control, and she slapped Taylor without hesitation. This slap was not only an outburst, but also a symbol of the jealousy and deep pain that Brooke had accumulated for a long time. For Taylor, this action was a huge shock, not only mentally but also physically. In that moment, Taylor had a relapse of the heart disease that she had tried to hide for so long. For Taylor, the argument was more than just a war of words. Her heart condition, which was already at risk, suddenly became more serious after Brooke's slap. The tension in her body exploded, causing Taylor to suffer and collapse instantly. She fainted in front of Brooke, while her health condition became critical by the second. As Taylor struggled with her heart attack, she weakly begged Brooke to get her medicine, hoping that this rival woman could help her in her life-or-death moment. But instead of helping, Brooke was faced with a cruel choice. She feared that if Taylor survived and people knew about this conflict, she might be blamed and held responsible for the consequences. This fear led Brooke to make an unexpected decision when she decided to leave. The act of abandoning Taylor in a critical moment was the peak of Brooke's selfishness and blind jealousy. She knew that if she helped Taylor, she would have to face the consequences, but Brooke chose the safe path for herself. This decision can be considered the biggest black spot in Brooke's life, when she abandoned a person who was calling for her help in a panic. When Brooke left, Taylor struggled alone with a heart attack. No help arrived in time, and Taylor eventually passed away. Taylor's sudden departure was a huge shock to everyone, especially when the cause of this death was Brooke's selfishness and indifference. Taylor died in loneliness and pain, while Brooke walked out of the room without looking back. Taylor's death will have serious consequences, not only for Ridge, but also for all her loved ones. She was not only a good psychologist, but also a mother, a trusted friend, and a strong woman. Her departure will leave a huge void in the lives of those around her, and they will certainly never forget this loss. After leaving, although Brooke tried to hide her emotions, she could not deny that she was worried about what had happened. She knew that her decision could have serious consequences, but could she face the truth? Could Brooke live with the burden of letting someone die because of her selfishness? Although in the first moment, she could tell herself that this was the price Taylor had to pay for trying to win Ridge, but would that be enough to ease the guilt that weighed on her? Regret could torment Brooke in the future, when she realized that she had not only lost a rival, but also plunged her life into negative emotions. If the truth about Taylor's death was discovered, Brooke would face criticism from those around her and herself. Is her love for Ridge enough to cover up this sin, or will it cost her more than losing the man she loves?
Oh.